them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough to 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. No hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He completes it. They've got a first down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Butker's kick here is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot here before break. Smith forced out to his left. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he floated one out there incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the return, it's Tony. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Mahomes now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Mahomes now on 1st down. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an on. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Smith on 1st down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
On second down, a run with Dallas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Flush to his right. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And Walker with it over the middle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On first down, Smith. That's complete to a speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10. The Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. To the air again, Smith. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, here's Smith. Being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage back at their own 3 now as they come up second and long. Mahomes going to throw it here. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football. And I bet that you would agree.